600 Breezy has recently confronted Charleston White about Charleston's comments about King Von.
I done said what I said. I don't want to understand.
You entertainer, bro.
You entertainer. Quit talking to me, then. Let me keep entertaining. Quit talking.
Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's Rashad Crenshaw back again with another video. And 600 Breezy booked Charleston White in Mississippi. Charleston White got booked, didn't know who he was really being booked by behind the scenes, was basically set up. Charleston White goes to where he's been booked and runs into 600 Breezy. Take a look.
We studied that when we were growing up. Broke in development, nigga. We don't know about none of that. Anything that hurt niggas, we against it. Anything that hurt niggas, we against it. Crip, blood, GD, BD, white folk, rap, or whoever against your people, my nigga, we against it.
That being said, you've seen the clip. 600 Breezy confronted Charleston White. And Charleston White had a few comments about what happened. Now, what I want to say is this, right? Charleston, I agree with Charleston on a lot of shit. I really do. I like Charleston. I like his content. I like a lot of what he says. Where I draw the line with Charleston is this. Speaking on the dead in a disrespectful manner, it's just not okay with me. I don't like it. It's not my lane. It's not how I roll. There's nothing wrong with saying, hey, King Von went knocking on the wrong door and started a situation that he wasn't going to be able to get out of. That's honesty, that's truth, that's facts. But to say that King Von is burning in hell and to make fun of him for burning in hell, like Charleston did, that's not acceptable.
It's hot in hell. I used to be a rapper, now I'm on fire. I used to be a rapper, now I'm on fire. On fire. Oh, this is hot. Oh, I'm in hell. DMX, come help me. DMX, I see you up there with Jesus.
That's not cool. That's not okay. You can't on one hand talk about how these rappers are disrespecting Tuka and talking shit about Tuka, but you're disrespecting King Von.
Black women, children, and say smoke them, smoke Tuka. How much more disrespectful can you get? And this woman is begging and pleading with Lil Durk. Nigga, y'all ain't gonna say nothing. She pleading.
One thing we need to take into account, because this is a growing trend amongst people who talk about King Von and Durk and shit. Y'all like to paint the enemies of Von and Durk as saints and angels and victims. Von and Durk just got lucky enough to be the famous ones that everyone listened to. Their enemies just weren't so lucky. These people would have killed Von or Durk if the opportunity itself arose. So when people say things like, oh, Little Tim is an angel, like Charleston White said, Little Tim was doing God's work, I can't agree with that. Little Tim and both King Von professed and expressed a demonic image to the community. Both Tim and Von. It's a fact. It's a verifiable fact. Little Tim is by no means some meek dude who never gets into trouble and this. Nah, bro, this is a known gang member. This is a self-proclaimed Crip from Savannah, Georgia. So for me, my issue with Charleston White is you can't have it both ways. You can't condemn the rap community for not defending Tuka's name and defending Tuka's mama, but then say King Von is burning in hell and laugh at him like he don't got a family. Tuka wasn't a victim. Tuka was a gang member. Tuka was a gang member who just so happened to have been killed. This is the reality of the situation. Tuka was not some random person or some random civilian. He was a rival gang member. Does it justify King Von's statements about Tuka? Hell no. Does it justify anything that Durk and Von have put out concerning Tuka? Hell no. They dropped a song last year, Stay Trappin', where they slandered him. I mean, like, bruh. The reality is, though, you can't have it both ways. That's my issue with Charleston. So 600 Breezy confronts him. He says, hey, you've been saying things about Von, and these are my people that you're talking about. I got an issue with that. You got an issue with dudes from Chicago, is what he asked Charleston White. Charleston White, of course, doesn't have an issue with dudes from Chicago, so he addresses that. But at the core of it all, 600 Breezy is saying to him, hey, the things that you've been saying about Von, I got an issue with that. I got a problem with that. Now, 600 Breezy, I like 600 Breezy. The dude's straightforward and honest. He was on the Fresh and Fit podcast and he spoke about the King Von situation. He said, hey, Little Tim did what he was supposed to do. A lot of people didn't like that. They didn't like the fact that 600 Breezy said that because Von, Dirk, and Breezy, they're all fan favorites. Chief Keef, all the BDs, all them dudes, that crowd of dudes, they're all fan favorites in the hip hop industry. Von, chief among them, all up there with Dirk and Sosa. So when 600 Breezy said, hey, bruh, at the end of the day, if it had been Von on the other end of it, he would have shot Lil Tim if Lil Tim came swinging on Dirk. People didn't like that. So it shows to me that 600 Breezy is not just in his feelings. He's saying, bruh, it's one thing for you to, because he himself said, Lil Tim did what he was supposed to do. Charleston White said that. Hassan Campbell said that. Pretty much most people who can set their feelings aside from the situation can agree. Little Tim did what he was supposed to do. That's where it should stop. It shouldn't go anywhere beyond that. There shouldn't be Little Tim is an agent of God or an agent of light. Let's be objective and honest here. No, he's not. No, he is not. Von and Tim were cut from the exact same cloth. Little Tim just happened to kill Von. That's all. That's all. Little Tim just happened to kill Von. Little Tim is not some stellar member of society that happened to exterminate some demon. These were two demons, three demons, really multiple demons. O-Block and Quando Rondo's crew clashing. People who live the same life, rap the same shit, profess the same lifestyle and images, clashing and colliding in a situation of violence where I believe 2 people lost their lives. But this is not bullies. These aren't demons going against angels and bullies going against victims. These are people of the same cloth, the same class, the same lifestyle, clashing and butting heads. That's the reality of the situation. So Charleston White being confronted, I believe Charleston should look at that situation and really reflect on that. Why did 600 Breezy confront me? Because I don't believe 600 Breezy confronted him behind him saying Little Tim did what he was supposed to do. I firmly believe that Charleston White was confronted behind the fact that 600 Breezy felt like the comments concerning Von being in hell, and it's funny, the comments of disrespecting Von on a consistent basis, saying that King Von being killed was an act of God. When you say things like this, you're crossing the boundary of logic and reason into superstition, bias, victim mentality of people who have been attacked or have had issues with Von and Dirk. Von and Dirk are by no means victims, but let's not sit here and act like the people that they've interacted with that have taken L's from them are somehow angels. No, these people are all cut from the same cloth. They're all cut from the exact same cloth. And I think that Charleston White needs to understand that you cannot have it both ways. You can't sit there and say they wrong as hell for smoking on Tuka, but I'm gonna sit here and laugh at King Von and say King Von's burning in hell. You can't have it both ways. There has to be some sort of logic and basis of facts here. That's my only issue with the situation. I feel like 600 Breezy handled it the right way by not engaging in violence, not trying to kill Charleston White. I agree. I respect it. He confronted him man to man and they spoke their shit, and that's how far it should have gone. But I firmly believe that this is the one situation where I feel like 600 Breezy was in the right concerning this situation with Charleston White. This is one of the very few situations where I felt like Charleston fucked up. Should they have tricked him and booked him and tricked him into that situation? No, I don't think so. But what I do believe is that 600 Breezy's confrontation of Charleston White was rooted in some sense of common sense and facts and reason and logic. Bruh, you don't got to go that far saying it was an act of God that he died and Lil Tim, comparing Little Tim to Moses and all this other shit. I'm a fan of Charleston White, but that video to me wasn't rooted in reality. It wasn't rooted in reality in any way, shape, or form. It just was not rooted in reality. It was just based in King Von and Dirk are the bullies and everyone else are the victims. And it doesn't matter what the context of the situation is or who's involved with what or who's involved in this and who the opposing people are. Because King Von and Dirk are the super duper famous ones, they're the villains. I can't get behind that narrative because I've seen it too many times on this platform. I've seen too many dudes who are speaking up against this toxic culture, making it seem like Vaughn and Dirk are these bullies and everyone else are victims. It's not the case. It's blatantly not the case. So 600 Breezy and Charleston White are right about a lot of things in this situation. Charleston's right. Little Tim was in the right in that situation. Vaughn was in the wrong. However, 600 Breezy is also right. When you go beyond that statement and you say King Vaughn is burning in hell and you laugh and you mock him and you humiliate the fact that he died, you're going beyond a condemnation of his choices in life. You're going into making fun of the dead, which is no different than somebody saying who I smoke or this is what got Tuka hit, or any of the foolishness that we've heard in the last 2 years concerning dead people and gang beefs. So that's all I got to say about the Charleston White 600 Breezy confrontation.